weekend. And also, happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. So it's good to see you. Also, it's Indigenous Peoples Day, so that's awesome. And also, I'm pretty sure it's Thanksgiving in Canada, so all you Canadians, hola. Why I said that in Spanish, I have no idea. But I hope that you're doing well. So happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Let me turn this down a little bright. There we go. Great. Hello, everybody. I see Mel. When I look over there, everybody, it means I'm looking at the chat. So welcome, everybody. Great to have you here. So we've got a couple of people here live saying hello and good morning. It's great to have you here. We're going to start off with a prayer. Let me take a little sip of my coffee. Who loves coffee? I do. All right. So, thanks for being here. All right, let's say a prayer and we'll get started. Okay, closing our eyes. Dear Mother, Father, God, Divine Source, Universe, Grace, all that is, we come together today with open hearts, open minds, and an open spirit. We allow today to be a time of love and support and guidance, and we ask that everything that transpires today be of a very, very significantly perceivable vibration. We ask that all the words be guided. We ask that all the listening be open. And we ask that only flow, only grace, only love is present here today. And we take a big deep breath. Together we say thank you very much, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, Wild Style. Good to see you. God bless you. God bless you. I didn't sneeze. All right, friends. I hope that you had a good weekend, like I said earlier, if you're just coming on. And so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about something that came up in my private Course in Miracles. Got to move that a second. Group. I want to talk about, does the word God and does the word love, do these words help us? Do these words bring us to a place that is our natural flow? Do these words guide us, or do they hinder us? Do they allow us to perceive the best we can the all-encompassing love and essence of Source? Do they help us? Now, I want to say this before we even start this, as we're starting this conversation, sorry, is that I have to use words. You have to use words. This is how we communicate. This is how we live in this world, is that we have to use words. So let me just tell you something about words. From the Course in Miracles point of view, he says, and many other practices kind of say the same thing, but the Course in Miracles says, words are 5 times removed from the actual intention. So by the time you say a word, the intention is actually 5 levels below that. So it's a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of a reflection, if that makes sense. So the first thing you have to really consider in your life is that the words that you're saying are not necessarily conveying the truth of what that word is supposed to be. Nothing's supposed to be anything. So let's just take these two words, love and God. Okay? If you say the word love, I have an interpretation of it. Jane has an interpretation of it. Joe has an interpretation of it. And everyone else has an interpretation of it. All based on our own history, on our own programming, on our own experience or not experience, right? Let's just take love. Take love. What if you say love to someone who has never been in love? Remember, nothing is either right or wrong, but thinking makes it so. Who said that? Shakespeare. Nothing is either right or wrong, but thinking makes it so. So what if somebody has had the great love of their life? They've committed, they've had an incredible relationship, and you say that same word to someone who has not had that experience. They have no idea what you're talking about. They might think they do, and vice versa. The person that's had this incredibly long, sustaining, incredible relationship, and that person also has no idea what the person who's never had it is saying when they say love. Do you understand? Words are very difficult. Very difficult. And as we decide in our life what something means, we immediately, psychologically, create a box. Love. So when we're trying to communicate, it is near, if not impossible, to actually communicate the truth through a word. Take a deep breath. So that's love, right? Love. You see it all over. It's tattooed to my arm. Love. What do they say? Love yourself. Love others. Love the world. Here's a big one. Love God with all your heart. Right? So all these people in the world are saying something that means completely something different to someone else. Of course, there's collective understanding. There's a collective agreement of what love is. But that is on the surface. So, is saying the word love helping you? I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it is. So when you hear love, even from A Course in Miracles point of view, when he says that love, and this is the truth, love is something which cannot be taught, but you can remove the blocks to love's presence in your life. So love is an experience. But who's to say which experience, which one, who has the monopoly on love? No one does. No one does. Right? So I want you to really consider that when you start to say love. Love is it is a very powerful, and I always say it's the highest vibration. It's very powerful. But we use it all the time. I love ice cream. I love my partner. I love my cat. I love my computer. I love the way I look right now. Think about that for just 2 seconds within your own self. You do not love the ice cream the same way that you love your partner. You even have contradictions in the word love yourself. I do too. I do too. We all do. So I want you to think about, feel about, experience what is love. What is the word love? Now, there is no definitive answer, because the truth is that when you try to look for an answer to what is love, you're already caught up again in the label. You're already caught up again in the meaning. You're already caught up in the ego, my version, my version, my version. Right? You can look at take this for example. I know I'm kind of like beating a dead horse here, but I want to say it. Let's take the example I just said. I love ice cream. And someone else hates ice cream. They can't stand it. They're lactose intolerant. They're whatever. It's this, listen, all of existence is this hall of mirrors. Truth is different. All of our existence in the illusion is a hall of mirrors. That's why someone says, I love ice cream. Someone says, I hate ice cream. Someone says, I could take it or leave it. Someone says, I only love ice cream on a hot day. Some people say I only love ice cream during in the middle of the night, in the middle of the winter. We've got to approach this. We have to approach this. If you're very serious about your development, about your spiritual awakening, about your spiritual enlightenment, you've got to understand that words are never, ever, ever going to convey the experience, because words do not teach, experience does. And that puts us in a conundrum. We'll get to God in a second, because that's the big one. That puts us in a conundrum, especially someone like me that has to teach you. I have to use words. I've got to use words. So think about how you're using just two words, love, and let's talk about God. Okay? Let's talk about God. So the word God, if you think love has baggage, you think love has different meanings, it's got nothing on the word God. Nothing. Many people have an idea of God as a man. Many people have the idea of God as a woman. Many people have the idea of God as a bunch of bull crap, Bucky. You know what I mean? Many people say that they pray to God to save them. Many people would say, I don't pray to God to save me because I'm never apart from God, so I'm always in that vibration of God. Thousands of years, man has been arguing, killing, warring over the word God. So, it's also brought people together. It's brought people together, and it's torn people apart. Because as I said with love, there is no way, even if you're in the same religious group, that you can have the exact same experience and meaning of the word God. And unless you were to erase your brain, there is a reprogramming of your brain, that's for sure, but unless you were to erase your brain, you're not going to come back to a very pure and very innocent experience of God. I don't have the monopoly on it. The Pope doesn't have a monopoly on it. A cult leader doesn't have a monopoly on it. All of those things, are they helping you? Your particular version of God. Is it helping you, or is it hurting you? I had an experience this week where I had to really realign and help to reframe the word God, because it is so deep. It is so deep within us that I could see very clearly that this meaning that this person was giving the word God was not helping. This is my belief. What I believe God is, doesn't matter what I believe, I'm just sharing this with you, is that it is always in support. It is always in support. It is always in support. So this person had that belief, but not quite, because it was, I need God to do this for me. God has to do this. Now, there is nothing wrong with calling on the I call God all that is. All that is. Because there's nowhere where God is not. There is nowhere where God is not. And if there is nowhere where God is not, in this space and time perception, if there's nowhere where God is not, that means God is in tragedy. God is in success. God is in war. God is in peace. God is in challenge. God is in everything. God is in this hair. God is in that skin. God is in that fireplace. God is. And when, this is very typical, I don't mean that in a negative way, but typical in that it's very common to put God somewhere else. To put God somewhere else. And listen, as you're listening to this, as you're watching me, you can say that's bullshit, Max. It doesn't, for me, it doesn't matter. Your experience of God is going to be your experience of God. And I want you to reassess and relook at your definition of God. Is it helping you? Is it hurting you? There is no definitive answer here. The work that I do has really evolved. And I've grown. And so have you. And as you grow, hopefully, we start to understand the limitation of words. Take a deep breath. And those limitations of words get us back on the wheel of suffering. And what they do is they can, almost always, make you unconsciously fall asleep. And when I mean fall asleep, not aware of truth, of God, of source, of life, of life. And so when we're discussing all this stuff, hopefully you're understanding and you're feeling that there's something else going on here besides the words that I'm just spitting out here. There is something far deeper and far more significant than these words I'm saying. They're just a tool. They're just a tool. Right? So I wanted to bring this up because I think it's very important to start to reassess. To reassess. What does that mean? One of my favorite lines in A Course in Miracles, which comes in many of the great spiritual truth paths, is, I'm giving everything the meaning it has for me. I'm sure you've heard me say that. So, what meaning are you giving to God? What meaning are you giving to love? Really important. So just now, in that moment, I was communicating without words. And if you can start to get it, it's a much more pure form of communicating. Much more pure form. In closing, I will read the comments. Hold on. In closing, I want to say, less is more. Less is more. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, let's look over at the chat. Let's see. Got here. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Sarah. So motivy. Haven't been on here for a long time. Love is the key. God is love. Romy, this is, if that works for you, that works for you. God is love is one of the things that we've said so many times that who knows what the hell that means. But if it means something to you, good. This is kind of the point. Sarah, those words can have way too much attached to them for them to feel comforting. Yeah. Hello, Jay. Interesting words are, but it makes sense. Wow, this is interesting. Max. My name's Max. All right. We're going to wrap up. Does anyone want to say anything? Put in the chat. I'll talk for a second because there is a lag. There is openings in my Course in Miracles group on Friday afternoons. If you're interested, please let me know. They don't come open very often. There's a couple people here that are in that group. We have openings for 2 people. So if you're interested in doing that, please send me an email at attractpositiveresults.com. Info at attractpositiveresults.com or my Instagram at attractpositiveresults. Okay, anyone want to say anything before we go? It's so funny waiting for the lag. I gotta fill the lag. Okay. I got a new set of oracle cards. Let's pull an oracle card really quickly. I really like these. Magic of You oracle cards. I'm going to pull one of these for all of us. If no one wants to say anything. Okay. All right. Let's pull an oracle card and then we'll wrap up. Feel loved and proud. Using words again, feel loved and proud. That's a beautiful sentiment. Feel love. And that goes with what we're talking about. Feel love. Don't explain it. Only love is real. You're welcome. Going through an energy given to me by Goddess and Light. Going through an energy given to me. I'm not exactly sure what that means, Elaine, but sounds good. It sounds good. All right, so feel loved and feel proud. Feel proud. Feel. Don't talk. You know what I would say? Shut up. Feel. All right, friends. Happy Monday. If you would like to support my work, you can become a patron or you can make a one-time donation. I would really appreciate it. If not, that's okay too, because it does cost me money to do all of this for you. So it helps me pay my bills, and my bills need to be paid, like all of you. All right, let's look. Thank you. Oh my God, Vince, hello. Shut up. So don't tell me, show me. Really good there, Mel. Really good there. Yeah, don't tell me, show me. Remember, words do not teach. Experience does. Right? Thank you. All right, everybody. I love you so much. Have an incredible day. And we'll see you here live next week, next Monday, same time, same bat channel, as they say. Have an incredible day. Remember, today could be the best day of your life. I love you so much.